This is Bob Barr bringing you another edition of Bob Barr's Laws of the Universe. The law this week has to do with something that you might be very familiar with, but didn't really know the full story, and that is Murphy's Law. Before we begin, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow Liberty Guard on social media. Bob Barr's Laws of the Universe law this week is, as I mentioned, related to Murphy's Law. And everybody knows Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will. Been around for ages. And it's actually true. It is a law of the universe, not Bob Barr's Laws of the Universe, but Murphy's Law of the Universe, one of our competitors, so to speak. Anyway, in the political arena, there is a corollary to Murphy's Law that we're going to talk about today. So here's Law 116, Bob Barr's Laws of the Universe, number 116. Murphy's Law tells us that if something can go wrong, it will. In politics, if a candidate makes the wrong decisions every time, they're going to lose. If a candidate makes the wrong decision every time, they're going to lose. Well, what better example of Bob Barr's Laws of the Universe, number 116, than the recent election for governor in Virginia, in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Now, before we get into the law itself as relates to Virginia, let me tell you that I am delighted beyond words to convey with what happened in Virginia, that Glenn Youngkin defeated Terry McAuliffe, who was seeking a second non-consecutive term as governor. Beyond, though, McAuliffe, what had happened in Virginia over recent years was the state had moved dramatically leftward and towards socialism in virtually every aspect of life in the Commonwealth. So it is good for the cause of liberty, and that's what we're about here at Liberty Guard, that there will be a new governor in Virginia. What did McAuliffe do that fits him within law number 116? Well, he did absolutely everything wrong during his campaign for a second term as governor. He said the wrong thing. He said the wrong thing at the wrong time. He repeated the wrong thing when provided an opportunity to correct what he said. And toward the end, when Terry McAuliffe certainly knew, or at least his handlers must have known, that he was in trouble, he continued to make the wrong decisions. And at the very end, what did he do? He brought in a parade of liberals to reinforce every bad decision that he had made. Most famously, of course, McAuliffe said that parents shouldn't have anything to do with what's taught to the children in Virginia's public schools. That should be up to the school boards and the schools and the teachers, not parents. Well, that became a rallying cry for Glenn Youngkin, his Republican opponent, who said and resonated with the voters in Virginia, particularly parents probably, that parents are an important, if not the most important aspect or component of how their children are educated. McAuliffe, when provided an opportunity to pull back that message, didn't do so. Then he doubled down on it, talked about the having to bring in more white teachers as if race had anything to do with it, which it didn't. But he made race an issue, which I think probably irritated a lot of voters in Virginia anyway. And then he brought in Joe Biden, whose numbers are sinking like an anvil thrown into the sea, Kamala Harris, whose numbers are even lower than Joe Biden's. He brought in Stacey Abrams from Georgia. He brought in the mayor of Atlanta, Georgia, as if Atlanta or Georgia had anything whatsoever to do with the race in Virginia. And he brought in former President Barack Obama. So at the very end, he made matters worse by bringing in a parade of individuals that simply reinforced all of the wrong decisions and wrong positions and wrong rhetoric that Terry McAuliffe had used throughout the campaign. So Terry McAuliffe certainly shows us that Bob Barr's Laws of the Universe, law number 116, that in politics, if a candidate makes the wrong decision every time, they're going to lose. And Terry McAuliffe did lose because of that law and his inability or unwillingness to forsake it. Anyway, that's our law for the week. We look forward to your being with us next time for another edition of Liberty Guard's Bob Barr's Laws of the Universe. This is Bob Barr, and I'd like to thank you for having checked out our program here today. We appreciate your support, your participation, and encourage you to go to libertyguard.org to learn more about our programs and also to help support to further individual freedom and fight against government abuse. One of the ways, but not the only way we do this, is through Bob Barr's Laws of the Universe, but through many, many other programs in support of individual liberty and against government abuse. So please remember to join us. Go to libertyguard.org and join us once again for Bob Barr's Laws of the Universe. Thank you.
My name is Matt Strickland. Liberty Guard saved my family business. I spent most of my adult life fighting for my country overseas. When I came home, I became a small business owner and sadly realized that nobody would fight for me. Our state and local government were trying to shut my family business down for good. And that's when I found Liberty Guard. With Liberty Guard's help, we won the battle against government overreach. And now my business is thriving and growing faster than ever.
Stand with Matt and others just like you in the fight against government overreach. Join Liberty Guard today.